Hey Tap Fam, Mike here. Do you want to fill your fridge with unique craft beers, ciders, or seltzers that you can't find locally? Then Tavour is your answer. I partner with them to bring you this exclusive offer for my Taproom listeners. When you use the promo code TAPROOM25, you get a $10 credit towards your next purchase when you spend $25 in the app or online. Tavour has it all, from IPAs to stouts, sours, ciders, and so much more. So make sure you use the promo code TAPROOM25 to get a $10 credit towards your next purchase. And now, on to the episode. All right, and we're back. This is episode 99 of the Taproom Podcast, and I'm your host, Mike. Oh, man, a lot of stuff happened this week. New Year's, college football playoffs are going on. Got to record I'll talk about that in a sec. But yeah, this episode is with Danny Jimenez, the head brewer at Hop Saint Brewing out in Torrance. Man, what a good dude. We got to hang out, have some beers, talk. We felt like we talked about everything under the sun. A little bit of sports. We talked about how we both love Disney. We got into actually Disney for a while, at least Disneyland. We talked about a bunch. But yeah, honestly, all around good dude. We had some great beer over there and he hooked me up. It was a really good time. They have really good food too. Pizza's phenomenal. So definitely got to get out to Hop Saint out in Torrance. I can't say enough good things. The place was packed when I went. I think I was on a Tuesday. But man, yeah, such a good dude, and was so glad I got to hang out with him, and can't wait to have a beer with him. It was a really, really good time. All right, so what do we got? Yeah, we talked about the college football playoffs. The Boise State lost to Penn State 31-14. Honestly, I just feel like Boise State probably shouldn't have been there. I think Art and I were talking about it early on in the week or midweek, how they need to tweak, like next year, I feel like they need to tweak how they do the rankings or the seedings, I should say. But yeah, Boise State should not have had a bye. But it's the first year of the playoff. It is what it is. Texas beats Arizona State. There was a controversial targeting call there. But, honestly, Texas had that. They were up with 17-3, I think, at halftime, and just let Arizona State come back in. But, kudos to Arizona State. They outplayed, I feel like, everybody's expectations. So good for them. The other one I called, Ohio State beating Oregon. I just feel like Ohio State is the best team in the country. They have the most talented roster easily. That's what $20 million will get you. But, if you got it, use it, right? So, good for them. I feel like they're going to be my pick to win the Natty. They still are. But, and then Georgia, Notre Dame. What Notre Dame did, I actually talked to Art about this too. We were talking about how, I said it. Notre Dame is so good on special teams and on defense. Their offense is good too. Don't get me wrong. I still don't feel like Riley Leonard. Like, say if they were down, and they may not ever be down in a playoff game, like bad. But if they're ever down, I don't feel like he's the kind of quarterback that can throw the ball 40 to 50 times to bring a team back. But if they can keep the game close and keep running the football, and he can move the ball on the ground, Notre Dame's gonna be tough to beat. I actually think they beat Penn State next week. I think it opened at 1.5. Ohio State, Texas next week. I like the Longhorns. I feel like Ohio State, if they can play the way, like to their, the way they did last week against Oregon, Texas has, they may be able to keep it close for a little while, but Ohio State pulls away. Yes, I have Ohio State and Notre Dame in the final, and I think Ohio State wins it. I think that's going to be a lot closer, but I feel like I said, with Ohio State and their weapons, I feel like they got this. But kudos to, to all the teams that made the playoff. What do we got? Last week of the NFL season, Packers blew it again last week. I swear, if they could just put one game, a game together where they play all 4 quarters the way they do in the last quarter of every game against a big time team, that would be swell. What else we got? Oh, and also, the Vikings and the Lions, today's going to be a hell of a game because the winner, I believe, is the number 1 seed in the NFC. It's going to be crazy. So the playoff wild card, starts next week. Super excited. I should be brewing next Saturday. with Dario. Super stoked for that. I have more info coming up, but we're going to be recording a brew day episode. That'll be fun. And what else we got? New Year's Eve, I was absolutely sloshed. I might have had a lot of whiskey. I did. I had a lot of whiskey. I was so hungover the next day, I didn't do a damn thing. Stopped and got some tacos, some nachos, and a bunch of other food, and I was out. Let's see what else we got. Last thing before we jump into the episode, I did shoot a dry January video. So initially I wrote a script, kind of like just a short one, kind of like for like a 1 minute reel to shoot with Luis over at Level Up for dry January. And then Greg and I were messaging each other Greg from Craft Beer Republic, we're messaging each other on Instagram. And he mentioned the old DX presidential report. So I was like, fuck, that would be even better. So I came up with a little short script with him in about an hour. And it was pretty funny. So I'm excited for you guys to see that. I'm going to release that tomorrow. We'll be collabing on it, so it should be pretty good. All right. Well, I think that's all I got. Oh, if you guys want to, obviously the merch is on TeePublic. You just have to follow the link in my bio. And yeah, on Instagram. And you can go check out t-shirts if you want to, or you can also choose a sweatshirt if you wanted to as well. Let's see, what else? Oh, and I saw that there was a few more 5-star ratings on Spotify, so I am truly grateful for that. If you are listening, on Spotify, you can go ahead, if you could do that. I mean, if anybody else is willing to do that. Also on Apple, you can do that as well. So super appreciative. Like I said, it does actually help the show because it puts it in front of more eyeballs the higher your rating is. So I truly appreciate that. All right, well, let's jump into the episode with Danny. I hope you guys enjoy it, and stay tuned for the outro. All right, guys, we're back in the tap room, and I'm your host, Mike, and I have a very special guest on the show today. I have Danny Jimenez, the head brewer of Hop Saint Brewing out in Torrance. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for coming out.
I'm glad we can make this happen. It was cool that I got to see you over at, I think it was like November 1st, I think. Over at Creature Company?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we kind of talked a little bit. We're like, all right, let's make it happen, and here we go.
Yep, their anniversary party, right?
Yep, that was a fun one, man. We're drinking a beer right now. What are we drinking?
Right now we're drinking our Happy Pills, which is our Pilsner with Saphir, and it's got a little dry hop, so I think it's a little bright and clean.
Oh, dude, it's delicious.
Thank you.
Cheers, man. That. Thanks for letting me come out.
Quick.
That's freaking delicious. Yeah. And we said it was brewed with what?
Saphir hops.
Okay.
Is what it is. Actually, I think 100% Saphir. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Bittering and aroma and a little dry hop, like I said on this one.
Dude, it's great. It's crisp. It's clean. It goes down easy. I mean, I have a feeling if I was here like all the time, it'd probably be a little dangerous because I'd probably
just drink a little.
It'd be going down
It's
easy.
cool too because they have the little side pour tap up there too to do a little slow pour type action.
Oh, awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
That's cool. You don't see that very often anymore.
I know, exactly. They got it here.
That's sweet.
I was happy for.
Yeah. I mean, and you've been here before we get into that, because I know you've been here for about a couple months now. Can you tell us about your craft beer journey?
So I started in 2019 Trademark Brewing when they first opened up. I just moved to Long Beach. I was working at a grocery store at the time. I loved craft beer. And at the time, it was just like this change of life. I was moving to Long Beach at the same time, being like, hey, I want to get into craft beer. Like, that's my passion.
Yeah.
How do I get into this? Moved to Long Beach, did my research, saw there was this brewery opening up like a 10-minute walk from me, which was Trademark. Hit them up. I hit them up like in 2018, so a year too early. I like emailed them, sent my resume, and they're like, hey, that's cool. You want to work here, but we're not ready to open.
Yeah. Give us a year.
Exactly. Fast track. A year later, I see their post finally that they're hiring. Apply. I was one of their first, like the original group that got hired there. And the whole time starting there, I just beer tended at first, but I kept saying, I was a home brewer at the time, and just saying, hey, whenever you guys need someone to help back there with the head brewer at the time, like, I want to get back there. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And eventually, like, that was 3-4 years ago, they finally had it where it was post-COVID, but they were doing enough production and canning that they needed a cellarman back there. And, I was friends with Valerie at the time, which was the head brewer, and she vouched for me and they hired me back there, and then just kind of grew up from cellarman to assistant brewer to brewer, brewing at Trademark the last, 3 years.
Awesome.
And then I saw the opportunity here. I really enjoyed Hop Saint. Got the privilege to do like 2 different collabs through Trademark with Hop Saint. So I already kind of knew the guys and I was like cool with them. So opportunity came up. We did some interviews and meetings and I was like, this seems like a good fit. And I wanted to try the brew pub life, which I'm loving. And that's kind of how I got here. And trying to think what else to say, but
yeah, it's all good. No, but that's awesome, man. I mean, and kudos to you for like, even trying out the year before they opened up,
for real.
And like, cause what was it like, even for like, obviously COVID, I mean, that was just obviously such a weird time, or shitty time, I should say, for breweries.
Yeah.
What was like, so when they were they just canning during that time and you were just back there working cellarman?
So they didn't can till like after COVID. Before that, it was just crowlers.
Oh, okay.
So they were able to kind of get by with just their head brewer of, big brews, kegging everything off, serving it, and doing crowlers in house. COVID happens. They were doing like crowler deals. I remember because that's when I would like work the to go type thing.
Okay.
And then eventually they finally started the mobile canning because we didn't have a canning line in there. Started mobile canning, and then that really like helped and saved Trademark as far as like business wise.
Yeah.
Because they were getting people to come in for crowlers, but getting it in 4-pack cans and getting it sold all over LA County was a big deal for them and got them to, survive through that because that was a rough time.
I bet, man.
Definitely a rough time.
When you finally got back there to start brewing, do you remember your first brew?
My first official brew was Trademark's Mexican lager. They're a la Playa.
I've had that one. Is that the one with beer and salt? Like
that's like salt and sea salt and lime.
I've had that can. Yeah.
Yeah. So the brew itself is like not crazy complex, but then they added. This is me when I was there.
Yeah.
Some fresh lime and sea salt into it too, which would give it that nice bright lime.
It was really good. I remember
dude,
trying
that is a crushable beer.
Yeah,
not gonna lie, dude. All my family, every time I went to functions, I was the craft beer guy, right?
Yeah.
So they never really wanted the IPAs, but if I brought that Mexican lager with lime, they're like, "Hey!" To them, they'd be like, "Oh, this is a Modelo or Corona, just with lime in it already."
Yeah, you don't even need to go to the store to buy limes.
Yeah, so that was my first official brew. And then I think my first actual beer that was mine was, I think, a cold IPA is what I did over there.
Okay.
Ocean Thunder, I think.
Nice.
So it's been fun. Over there was fun.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
That's sweet, man. I mean, that's cool. I mean, and they, they gave you a shot and then eventually someone won a gold medal.
Yeah. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Dude, Kane and I, for West Coast IPA, we won gold at GABF.
Yeah.
We put so much like time and research, and a lot of kudos to Ian and Ism.
Okay.
Because we were at World Beer Cup, right? And they won gold there for it. Western Standard.
Yeah.
So we really talked to Ian and Gene and everyone over there, like what they're doing, would buy it, take it home and really drink it and try to like pick it apart and how we can take aspects of their beer and implement it into our code breaker.
Yeah.
Which we did the DDH version code breaker for gold. And it was just, a little upping some bitterness, going bigger on the dry hop. We made it double dry hop, so it was even bigger and louder.
Yeah. Love it.
And we went all in.
That's
and
awesome.
It was great because Trademark gave us the green light to be like, spend how much you want. Because we always told them, Codebreaker is a good beer. If you want us to win, you got to let us spend more and go all out.
Yeah, let you just run wild with it.
Yeah, exactly. Which they were like, okay, do it. Yeah. And was validating because then it worked. It was surreal.
Yeah.
To win for West Coast.
Yeah.
I sometimes still don't believe it, but
that's awesome.
We did it. It was crazy.
Were you there like at GABF?
Yes, it was.
What was it like hearing that like you won?
It's like, I don't even know, dude.
Yeah.
So validating. Were you there?
No, I wasn't able to go.
It's like, I don't know. It feels like a big assembly, right? Like when you're back in high school or school.
Yeah.
But it's better. But hearing they're reading off, I don't know, imposter syndrome. Didn't think we could win like gold.
Yeah.
So you hear them read off bronze, silver, and I think it was like Ohio and some other Midwest state wins.
Okay.
So in my head, I'm like, wow, like,
yeah.
It's got to go to someone else from the West Coast.
Yeah, for
that
West
I highly
Coast.
regard. Yeah, for West Coast IPA.
Yeah.
It's not going to be us. And then you're just hearing code breaker. And then me and Kane are kind of looking at each other like, what? And then we're looking up at the board. And then it's like, code breaker, trademark, Long Beach, California.
Yeah.
And then we're just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And we just like
That's
jump
awesome.
up, excited. And then the best part on top of it all, besides winning, was the fact that Ambitious won.
Yeah.
Gold for Hazy right after us.
So that's sweet. Too
And
long.
we love those guys. So then just being next to each other in line, just being like, how did we do this? This is crazy.
Yeah. That's
It was
awesome.
It was phenomenal.
That's
I don't even know how to explain it, and it's hard to explain except you're there.
yeah. Dude, I got goosebumps right now. Just like you can like legit got goosebumps from hearing you tell me that. I get super stoked for people, especially when when you guys like, because you work your ass off all year to try to do something. When it finally happens, I'm sure though it's just like the elation and all that stuff, and the validation you get from all that is probably just insane. Speaking of Ambitious, I'm actually going to record with them, I think on the 29th. Yeah.
I love those guys.
Yeah. Really great people.
Yep.
So I'm excited to finally talk to them, and winning a gold like that. I mean, that's pretty.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It was just crazy that like Long Beach owned hoppy beer.
Yeah.
I guess the biggest categories.
I know.
Just crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so cool, man. I know we've talked about like your journey. Like, what are some of your favorite beers to drink though? Because I know usually like the brewers' beers are like lagers and pilsners, but what's yours?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm trying to chill, I love the lagers.
Yeah.
Yes, appreciating them, analyzing them. I can just drink a bunch. I am a hophead, so I love my West Coast IPAs.
Yeah.
I love the whole West Coast Pils thing right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, delicious.
Because I could drink a bunch and I feel like I'm drinking an IPA.
Yeah.
And it's hoppy and refreshing and crisp, but I could drink more than a few and still drive home.
Yeah.
Whereas the IPAs, you get a few and all of a sudden you have to start looking at your Uber.
Yeah.
How to get home.
Then you got to pick up your car the next day.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm a hophead, and I do love a good hazy. I feel like a lot of brewers hate hazies, but I mean, they got popular for a reason. I do enjoy them.
Yeah.
We have the luxury, now that I'm here at Hop Saint, I'm the luxury to be around Monkish. So every now and then I'll go there and try their stuff.
Yeah.
They're always doing stuff.
Oh, yeah. I was just at their Anaheim one on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Trying to get our hazy to the same level and, competitively better, potentially. We'll see.
No, but man, this one's great. I mean, and excuse me, I was going to ask you like how they let you run wild over at Trademark with that one. And now you're over here at Hop Saint. Like, you can kind of venture out. And we talked about a little off air, like how you can kind of venture out and take risks, like a little bit more risk when it comes to stuff like that. So like, what's your approach to like recipe development or like creativity, like in the recipe development?
So I think it's just been a bunch of research, listening to the podcast, reading articles online, listening to like craft and brewing, like their stuff, people talking about, what they're doing at like North Park, Green Chick, all these places, learning from that. It's trial and error. I was really happy coming here because Hop Saint's been here since 2017, I believe. But even coming in, Brian Brewer, the original head brewer and director of Brewing Ops right now, they were already trying to like update and modernize their beers. So I just kind of came in with like a fresh face and being like, yeah, let's go for it. This is what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
And that's why I love West Coast right now, because it's kind of this ambiguous genre of just trying to go light on the base malt and just letting the hops shine. That's what it is. So, and just chasing that aromatic flavor hop.
Oh, it's great.
Mix bowl of whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
And they've been all about it here, and they've been supporting me and pushing me to do all that. And I've been really enjoying Hop Saint. It's been great.
That's good, man. I mean, and that's one of the best parts, especially like when you come to a new place, you just want to be able to like, maybe at first you're like, oh, like what can I do? What can I do? But if they're just letting you like, that's good. Letting you do what you do your thing. That's awesome. Yeah,
dude, it's been great. I'll get you after this. My first official all mine IPA. But even on top of that, these beers helping them catch up on their cores, and then some other like repeat stuff. Anyways, we've switched up, and I'll say like, hey, we should try this instead of that, and they're always supporting and like, yeah, go for it. Let's try it.
That's sweet.
I feel like everything's coming out good and crispy and clean, and I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone else comes out and finds the same thing.
Oh, I'm sure, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
And honestly, this is such a cool spot because I was driving by because I'm obviously a lot of times you go to a place, it's usually an industrial park.
Yep.
It's not always in, like in a shopping center.
Yep.
And that's awesome. And it's a freaking kick-ass location. I mean, I love like the inside and the decor, and obviously you guys will see that in the reel and stuff. But man, it's really cool.
Yeah, no, they did a good job finding this location. There's plenty of parking. That's never an issue.
Yeah.
And yeah, just their food is really good. It's farm to table style.
Okay.
The owner of Hop Saint goes like 3 times a week to the farmer's market to just get fresh produce and meats and stuff. So
That's awesome.
we're legit about our food and our beer, and we're just trying to elevate everything. That's what we're doing here.
That's cool, man. That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I always see like the food on the Instagram because like they have pizza and stuff too.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I see the pizza and like, damn, that looks bomb.
Dude, I come in between like 6 and 8 every day a.m. The guy who's smoking the meats, because we have a lot of barbecue too.
Okay.
They're here every day at like 4 a.m. smoking meats. And I'm always just like, I don't know how you guys do this at 4 a.m. every day. That's crazy. I am not a morning person, so I couldn't do it. But good on them. Good on them. And they make really good stuff.
Yeah, my buddy Art, he was with me at Creature Conference when we were there. Have you met Art before? Or did you know him before that? It's like LA Brew Life, LA_Brew Life on Instagram. Shout out to.
Oh my God.
There's a shout out. Yeah.
I know we follow each other. We might have met. I can't think off the top of my head.
Yeah, he was sitting next to me when I walked up to because I saw you when I walked up.
Yeah, he's a great dude. Nice dude. Yep.
And I was telling him, I was like, oh, dude, I'm recording at Hop Saint on Tuesday. And he was just like, oh, fuck, really? He's like, I'm be packing for Vegas. He's like, I would want to go. Because he likes to come down and, and hang out like for the episodes and stuff like that. But yeah, he was super stoked that I was coming out here.
I appreciate him.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. It's been good. Like, so many people have supported me coming here, and it's meant a lot to me.
That's good, bro. I mean, and that's all you can. That's all you can. If you have a good support system, you can do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Random question, about homebrewing, because I know you did homebrewing before. Do you remember your first homebrew? Or when did you start homebrewing?
Oh man, my first homebrew. I started homebrewing in like 2016, 15.
Okay.
Someone bought me one of those Mr. Beer brewing kits.
Yeah.
It was probably more, I'm sure they bought it because they knew I liked craft beer. I was not even thinking about homebrewing.
Yeah.
And they bought me that. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I kind of was just like, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be way more. I never even opened it to really, really look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like a brown, like plastic jug, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looks kind of like a football, like really a big plastic football thing that had like the extracts and essentials to make a beer, which I think it was an amber ale.
Yeah.
And then one of my best friends, he got one too at the same, I think we both got it for Christmas. And then we both talked about it one day being like, we should just do this and try it.
Yeah.
And because we both love craft beer, made whatever it came with, nothing crazy. It was awful, not great, drinkable. And we drank it because we made it. Yeah. And it had alcohol.
Yeah.
But doing that, Mr. Beer literally gave us that bug. So then I think we made we made one, then the other. And then from there went to like finding the homebrew shop, buying other equipment, and then slowly trying different things. But I think my first one, pretty sure, was an amber.
Okay.
My IPAs never came out good. I can say that, homebrewing wise.
Yeah. It happens, right?
The browns, the like stout, and like another amber we made were like decent.
Okay.
At least that's what I told myself at the time.
Yeah.
But it was just doing that and falling in love, obviously visiting like breweries. And then that was what pushed me to be like, I need to get in the beer industry. What am I doing? Yeah. I was working at Stater Brothers grocery store before that.
Okay.
And
what were you doing there? Like a cashier or something?
I was a cashier for a long time. I became a receiver for a long time. So I was in the back, which is probably why I lasted a little bit longer, just receiving like, whatever products.
It used to be in Whittier, you said, right?
Yeah.
Was it the Stater Brothers on Whittier that's across the street from the Ralphs?
No, there's 2 Whittier stores. That was the nicer one.
Okay.
I was at store 15, not the nice one.
Okay.
That was South Whittier. That was by, if you know where Cal High is.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like mulberry and I think.
Oh, wait. What? Are you, it's not the, oh no, because that would be like La Habra. I was going to say, it's not the beach and Whittier Boulevard one, is it?
No, that is the La Habra store.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's one on Mulberry and Mills, which is Telegraph.
Okay.
It was like South Whittier.
Nice.
And yeah, I was there for 10 years.
Dang.
A long time. Too long. Granted, they got me to where I was, so I guess I can't complain.
Yeah.
But I was there cashiering. I received, which like paid well, but I hated it. Was looking to exit. So then I was working in the produce section, which actually helped me as far as like knowing fresh produce and stuff for beer wise and hops. And then, moved. I was in Fullerton at the time, moved to Long Beach. And that's when I was just like, I need to change my life up. And like, what am I doing? And
you had your come to Jesus moment.
Yeah, bro, exactly. Like literally. And it worked out. It's been a fun ride since then.
That's
I would have
awesome,
never expected I'd be here. It sometimes feels like two different lives.
I bet.
As far as like, there's that time of life, and then the last 5-6 years.
Yeah.
It's been great.
I understand that, like, that aspect, like 1,000%. Especially with the show, too. But, like, just one more thing about Stater Brothers. That one that was on across the street from the Ralphs, I used to live, like, 2 blocks from there. So
Did you really?
Yeah, I would go to that one, like, every other day.
I used to pray that I would get transferred there. Because that was a nice store.
Oh, it was a great store.
The store I was at was, like, the reject store.
Yeah.
That I was just stuck at because I was a good worker, so they wouldn't let me go.
Yeah.
But so it was a catch-22 of, like, how do I get out of here then? Like, what if I gotta be bad? So you let go of me?
Yeah.
It was crazy. But good times.
When you were even just homebrewing and stuff like that, were there any breweries or like brewers for that matter that kind of like influenced you like along the way?
Let's see, at that time?
Or even throughout like your entire journey, like that you feel like, you know.
I think so. Way back then, I was big into the stone brewing, Alpine. I'm trying to think of all those, like the legacy, Ballast Point.
Yeah.
Going to, San Diego and trying all their beers. Nowadays, I feel like it's all like, to me, I don't know if they're hype or not, but like the everywheres, the isms, the green cheeks, all those places, like all the places I look to, Highland Park, being like, how are you making your West Coast IPA? I'm trying to pick your brain.
Yeah, how are you winning beer?
Exactly.
That's such great stuff.
Dude,
that
they're
they make,
so
man.
good.
They are awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
So it's just a mix, and I've just loved beer. Just it's always like evolving as far as IPA wise. Back then it used to be when I first got into it, it was like the bitterness wars.
Oh yeah, it was like how how freaking danky can you make this thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
And being like, oh dude, this is 200 IBUs. You're gonna taste anything after this.
Yeah. You're gonna taste this tomorrow.
Which that did definitely happen a lot.
Yeah.
It was still great.
Yeah. And was there a beer in particular maybe that like
got me into it?
Yeah, that got you into craft beer?
Actually, yeah. It was Arrogant Bastard from Stone.
Dude, yeah, that one got me so bad.
It was it was intense beer, but I think just their marketing from Stone at the time of like, it's not yellow fizzy beer. This is our IPA, and if you don't like it, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
blah blah blah. Like that was all written on the label.
Yeah,
and reading it, being like, oh, this is crazy, and I don't know, I love or hate this.
Yeah,
but now reading this, I love this, and just trying to like share it with people, and then be like, what are you giving me?
Yeah,
I don't want this. But I loved it. So that's all that mattered. And then that ventured me to try more and more, IPAs. The Sierra Nevada obviously was up there too.
For sure.
But yeah, I think Stone was a big one.
Yeah, I feel like even like Sierra Nevada, Stone was always a big one. I feel like Sierra Nevada is one that's like always kind of like on people's lists.
Yeah.
But because it was just like, it's Sierra Nevada, it's good stuff.
Yep.
Stone, for me, like that first double bastard I had was just like,
oh my gosh.
Oh, like it was rough. But I mean, then I like eventually kind of started to like it. But then it was like the Stone IPA was probably one that I really liked too after that.
And Ballast Point too, I would say back then.
Yeah.
Like Sculpin and Grapefruit Sculpin, all those were just.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other ones. It was like Big Eye. All those beers. Yeah, those San Diego breweries had a big impact on me. And
even just, I feel like when like living out and like, because I lived in like Norwalk and stuff like that, and Pico and Whittier and a bunch of different places, but it was always kind of hard to find craft beer.
You're not wrong.
And now it's a lot easier. It's more accessible, obviously. But yeah, it was tough even back then. Like, so I would go to Bevmo and try to find like a different, different IPA. I remember I tried one of Ballast Points. I can't remember which one it was, but I was like, my palate wasn't ready for that either.
Yeah.
But it happens.
And then even back then, not knowing like, don't buy it warm, get like find it refrigerated, and like shelf stable. Because I would do the same thing, go to Bevmo or Total Wine and off the warm shelf, like I'm so excited, and then being like, this is good, right? It has
Yeah.
to be good.
And who
I
knew
spent how much on this? It has to be good.
And who knew what the canned on date was?
Yeah, exactly. For real. Totally. But that
Yeah.
was also part of the, the taste back then.
Yeah. It's honestly just part of the journey because I remember
Yep.
like you mentioned the Mr. Beer kit. Like my cousin had one and I helped him with it a little bit, but I mean, it was like you said, it did look like a big brown plastic football.
Yep.
And I remember it not being very good. But I mean,
Yep. You're
it
wrong.
was, yeah. I mean, I still don't I still think when I think about craft beer like that, like, because dude, that would have probably been like early 2000, not maybe mid 2000s.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, crazy.
And because I remember seeing them at like
Target,
the malls and Target and
Yeah.
stuff of like, oh, here's a gift for the holidays.
Yeah.
That's why I got one.
And you said you were brewing and you had new one in the tank today, right? So what are you brewing today?
Yeah, so today we brewed. Bo is my awesome assistant brewer. He's the best. We
Okay.
brewed his first official IPA. We did extensive like research and talking to him yesterday. He's been at Hop Saint, I think, for 5 years.
Wow.
He's been back here on the production side, I think, for 3. And he had not made his own like official beer. And I was like, whoa, wait, what? Because this kid's good. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's got the experience. And we had some free tank space. And we needed some for we can talk about later, our tap room that will open up soon. So we need to fill up those taps as well. And I was like, dude, let's make an IPA. So we went over it really well. And it's going to be really bomb. It's going to be a West Coast IPA, like 6.5%. He's trying to do, because he's young too. So that's why I was trying to like fester him. Like, dude,
Okay.
love this. Love
Yeah.
this. Where he's trying to bring and good on him, the old school like danky and the new school like tropical hops. I'm trying to
Okay.
get like a danky fruit forward.
Can we say the
IPA.
name on the show?
It'll be Bono's.
Okay.
Bono's IPA.
I love
That's
it.
what it'll
'Cause,
be.
yeah. Because are you a Raider fan?
I'm not. I'm a Seahawks fan.
Okay.
I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan.
'cause I
He
thought-
is a huge
Oh,
Raider fan.
That's when I figured.
So
okay.
yes.
I
He
figured-
was named after Bo. It's not spelled B-O. It's slightly
Yeah.
different. But yes, he is a Raider fan, and Bo knows. So
Yeah.
that's why it's Bo knows IPA.
Okay.
I'll get you my IPA soon right after this.
Okay.
So we can try.
I'm down.
And then tomorrow I'm making my first West Coast pills here.
Okay.
Because I love Timbo.
Oh, yeah.
So trying to make my version of that tomorrow.
Yeah.
So give us a few weeks. You can try
Love it.
those.
So down.
It'll be fun.
You know what I love about craft beer? Because there's always different trends, right? And
Yeah.
we talked about hazies. Like, I'm not the biggest hazy guy, but I do enjoy like 1 or 2 maybe.
Mhm.
I don't want to have any more than that because I like the lighter stuff. I like a good freaking West Coast, like something so Florida, it's just like punching you in the face, but
Yep.
then it still goes down like super easy too and clean. It's not lingering on the palate. But like a good hazy when it's done right, man, it's
good.
It's really good.
It's good.
Yeah.
And that's a hop shine.
Yeah. You know what I noticed too, like when it comes to trends, because like with all the different like the ebbs and flows of the industry, I feel like the West Coast pills, like that's something that you're seeing more and more breweries do. And then you're also seeing browns on menus sometimes. You're seeing reds on menus sometimes.
Yep.
You're seeing like more black lagers or
Mhm.
black IPAs. And I find that just like I'm glad they're back.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Yeah.
Gen Z, right? With like the baggy pants and stuff. It's all
yeah.
coming back around. Because I remember back in the day, that was
Yeah.
what it got me into beer. And then all of a sudden it died.
Yeah.
And it's coming back little by little. It's
Yeah. The mullets came back. The baggy jeans came back. It's crazy.
it's so true. It's like such a good and hard thing as far as, it's sadly we have lost a lot of friends and breweries,
Oh, for sure.
the past few years. The only good thing, if you're trying to look at the bright side of it, is like the cream's rising to the top. So,
100%.
like, everyone who's left, and this is why I like brewing in Southern California right now. Like everyone, if they're still like brewing, they're good.
Yeah.
And it's good competition. It's pushing us, but also no one's holding secrets back. I can hit up anyone,
Yeah.
a question, and they tell me exactly how they're doing it. Granted, we don't always have the same tools, so you can't do it exactly the same, but you can try to mimic.
Yeah.
And it's just learning all these skills and trying to build a better beer. Because we, as brewers, we just all like good beer.
Yeah.
I want to go to whatever brewery I'm visiting. Like, I've never been there. And I want to
Yeah.
be like, this is sick.
Yeah.
This is
Danny from Tustin, That's
Yeah.
what he said that on the show once. He's just like, man, he's like, I'm a vessel. Just use me. Like whatever you need me to do, I'll do it.
Yep.
And he, talks about like, I want to be able to go to your brewery and drink your good beer. And I want you to be able to come to mine and drink my beer. And that's what the best part about like this community, like
It really is.
the collaboration.
And I love the fact that like the collaboration, and then on top of like, I've shared recipes. Like I'm an open book with people about how you do things. The fact that we could both have the same recipe at 2 different locations and try to follow this exactly, it's going to come out different.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Which that's why there's so many different beers, because it doesn't matter what you're doing. There's always a different quirk.
Mm-hmm.
There's a different technique.
Yeah.
There's all these things. And it's just figuring out yours, what you think is the best, and trying to make your best beer and sharing it to the world.
100%. It makes that's what makes this industry like so unique to me. Because everybody's willing to just help one another and everybody wants each other to succeed. Yeah, there's a few bad apples in every family, but 95% of the people in this industry are just phenomenal human beings.
It's very true. It's very true. I love it because it's not like a Coke and Pepsi, like, you can't have my recipe. No, this is how you do it. Most people are very much like, this is how I'm doing it. If you want to try it or not. And then, you, like I said, you implement it. Try your best. And a lot of times it works or it doesn't, and you learn from it.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
It's fun.
Yeah. I'm guessing you're pretty excited about your IPA coming up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Are you ready for that?
Yeah, let's do it. We can hit pause.
Yeah, let's pause and we'll get that for you real quick.
All right, and we're back. We have your beer. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so this is Ain't That a Ditch is the name of this beer.
I love that.
Which the name came up because, so we're opening up a second location, a tap room. Also in Torrance, it'll be on the other side, closer to like Monkish and Smog City and Hermosa Brewing, which will be cool because there'll be like 4 breweries right next to each other. But when I first started here, I would always hear everyone saying like, "Oh, it's at the ditch. Go to the ditch." And I'm like,
"It's at the ditch."
Talking about. And then I found out, oh, it's the tap room. Because in my head, I'm like, I just knew it was a tap room.
Yeah,
that was their code name for it. And then we were just spitballing for names, and then Ain't That a Ditch came up, and I was like, I'm down. Let's do it. So that's the name. The beer itself is a West Coast IPA using lager yeast 3470, and the hops are Superdelic, Mosaic Cryo, and Nelson Sauvin.
Okay.
So trying to bring like that dankiness of Mosaic, but like the berry and sweet tropical of also Mosaic, but the Nelson and the especially Superdelic, because this is my first time using Superdelic.
Yeah, and this is West Coast, right?
Yeah, so this is 7.3%.
All right,
and like 65 IBUs.
Like
Cheers!
Cheers!
Let's
brother.
do it.
Thank you.
Ooh,
yeah, that'll do it.
Good.
That'll get you there.
I wanted it loud and bright.
Oh, super! Yeah,
know.
But still doesn't linger.
Yeah,
goes
crispy.
Down easy.
Yep,
great.
Yeah, for 7.3%.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Definitely. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So that's my first beer. Officially my total beer here. Obviously, there's more coming along the way that I brewed last week and this week, and keep looking out for us. And then obviously I'm brewing everything else here. And then on top, even the core beers, they've let me tweak. They've been really supportive here, and I've been really happy at Hop Saint.
That's good, man. And when you were speaking of support, when you were going to when you decided, I don't want to do this anymore, I want to be in the craft beer industry, what was that like for you was with your family, trying to
oh, dude, they were like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're going to ruin your life.
No, for real. Oh my gosh. Yeah, both my parents were very religious.
Okay.
Growing up. They've come a long way. I think
that's good.
I think me going into craft beer kind of helped them, being like, just because I make beer doesn't mean I'm drunk 24/7.
Yeah.
So, but they were definitely like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
They're like, you have a good union job.
Yeah.
Why are you going to give this up? And because I hated it there, and that's why.
Yeah.
And, trying to follow a passion and a dream. And it's crazy because I always forget about it. And I have the close people to me that remind me of hey, I don't know if you remember, but I would tell people at the time, home brewing, that, hey, I'm going to get into the beer industry. I'm going to learn how to make beer, and I'm going to be a brewer one day. I'm going to make good beer, and blah, blah, blah. It was my dream. But everyone has dreams, right? Whatever. But
I'll show
doing
you.
it and then winning gold for West Coast IPA was insane. And then those people reminded me too, like, do you remember you said you wanted to do that?
Yeah.
And I've done it. It's crazy to think about.
Just start walking around with the gold medal around the house.
I wish. Trademark still has a gold.
I know, just joking.
But, I did get aware for a little bit, so that was fun.
Yeah, man.
It was also crazy because at GABF, we won silver for our Mexican lager, the one we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
That was in fruited beer, and that was like category 2. I don't know. It was top 10.
Yeah.
And I think there was over 200. So we kind of had one of the first awards, and we got a silver. So I remember Kane and I looked at each other and we're like, we won an award, we can relax. Anxiety kind of goes down.
Yeah.
Yes, we want to win more. And we had entered more than that. But if no matter what, we won an award because it's a lot. It's hard work.
Oh, for sure, man.
It's hard work to win. And you never know who's trying your beer at the time and what time of day and what they're feeling like.
Yeah, what their mood is.
Yeah, exactly. So we win that first one. It's like, sweet, awesome. And then obviously we're following our other ones, as they come up. No, I think we hit like whatever. It was a big gap between our last entry and then West Coast IPA. So then we're just kind of like, well, low key, I'm sure, Kane's not here. I'm not going to speak for him. For me, I was like, well, I guess we just got a silver today because I did not think we were going to, especially when gold.
Yeah.
I thought that beer was amazing, but imposter syndrome because I taste everyone else out there.
Yeah.
And then hearing, get to that second to last category for us. And then, they announced our name and it was crazy.
That's awesome.
We already said it earlier, but there's no real way to put it into perspective unless you're there and doing it. And I just love the fact that all the LA breweries, the Orange County, like we're all trying to sit next to each other too.
Yeah.
Like in there to, we all want to support. Like I was cheering the whole time for all our friends.
Yeah.
Of like, proud of you. So it was just crazy hearing the roar too when everyone's realizing we won and we're standing up and going up there. It was gnarly.
That's awesome. Yeah, he's become one of my good friends, Jared, over at Beer to Tang when he won Alpha King. I was like, stoked for him, dude.
He's so awesome.
Yeah.
He makes good beer too. I remember talking to him too, saying he's been putting in work to like make that IPA.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? So we recorded just before he finished that brew. And like he told him, he was like, oh, could we try it out of the tank? He's like, nah, it's not ready yet. So I didn't even get to try the beer that he won Alpha King for.
Did you ever try it after or no?
I didn't have a chance.
You were so close.
I was super close.
You were so close. Oh man. Well, it happened.
I just got to tell him to make it again.
You should. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he should.
Jared, if you're listening, come on.
Please, Jared. Beer to Tang needs it.
Oh, yeah.
We need it. The world needs it.
Exactly.
And we're Alpha King the entire time you're brewing too.
Exactly. I want photos. I want video. I want it on video.
Which I loved it because we were on the same flight back from GABF from Denver.
Is he wearing it on the flight?
He was not. I wish he was. And I think I told him that.
Yeah.
Dude, it was also funny because I was so hungover and tired.
Yeah.
And it was like him, Danny too from Tustin, and Mike from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We were all on the same flight and just seeing them. And I'm just like, hey guys. Dude, I won gold and silver. I partied hard that night.
I bet, dude.
So I see them like, hey guys. And I just remember Jared had this big, like, not big, but I don't know what that is. Like a 3x3 little like crate that the crown goes in.
Yeah.
And he had to do it as a carry-on. And I didn't see I just saw him having to talk with like one of the stewardesses going in. And I'm sure they had to do something because they were like, what do we do with this little crate? Which was his crown, which is amazing. But it was great seeing him win. It was really great, actually.
That's cool.
I was sad we didn't at Trademark. I don't know how it let it slip by. We totally forgot about it, so we didn't submit.
Oh, and for Alpha King?
For Alpha King.
Oh, okay.
So then once we won at GABF, we're like, what if we submitted there?
We might have won Alpha King too.
Yeah, exactly. Would we have a crown too? But it's better we didn't, because then I would have made Kane split it with me somehow. I'd be like, you can't have that crown by yourself.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Got a 3D print one.
Yeah, exactly.
Going back to Codebreaker, obviously, like you went through that whole process, but like that was because they let you do that, maybe that was your best brew day. Do you remember your worst brew day?
My worst brew day. Oh man, if we're just getting into faults,
Yeah.
my worst brew day is not probably, it is. It's one of those, I'm like, do I want to say this? Valerie Hicks, who's Valerie AD now by marriage, she was my first head brewer. It was her last week at Trademark, and we're brewing a hazy, and I was doing the last half of it because, I was like, you enjoy yourself. At Trademark, it was a lot of like little touch buttons you push.
Yeah.
If you move too fast, there was a lag on it every time, so usually you kind of move fast and you know what's happening. Definitely like fat fingered and hit we didn't have, what's the word? On certain buttons, we didn't have like you have to hold kind of thing, which now they do.
Gotcha.
But so I totally screwed up. I was CIPing our mash tun and their mash filter, which they have. And I sent some caustic into our hazy we were brewing, so had to dump that 20 barrel batch.
Oh, fuck.
Sucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my worst.
Dang.
Because then having to realize like, what happened? And I'm very like, I understand we all make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
You learn from them, which is good and bad, Mistakes are not great, but you learn from them. That one, I like legit, even to this day, I will sometimes have dreams trying to think of like, when did I touch that button to do this?
Yeah.
And I can't remember this at all. Like, I don't remember how it happened. But yes, essentially I sent caustic, which is like, cleaning agent will kill you if you drink it. So send it into the hazy, screw that hazy up, had to dump it. And then we had to find malt within hours and then rebrew again. So that was
wow,
definitely my worst brew day.
I bet.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want that.
Yeah. Hey.
The best part, at least, I remember Trademark, because it's that pride thing too, having to tell them what happened, going to like, hey guys, I got to tell you something.
Yeah.
And at least they're very like, it's okay. At least like we didn't add any yeast. We hadn't added any hops.
Yeah.
It's just grain. At least that's the cheapest thing we're on there like making. But it was a pride hurt and like, it just sucked. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I remember Val being like, I'm so glad you did that because this is my last. There was like her last week. I don't think it was her last day. It was her last week. Second till I don't know what it was. But I remember her saying like, if that was me, I would just quit right now. That sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I know.
She's all giving you shit.
Yeah. I love Val. She's the best.
Yeah.
This is my big sister. So
that's awesome, man. And that's one of the best parts of this industry is like, it is like really like a family.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can ask them for advice. They'll tell you when you did something wrong, but then they'll also cheer you on all the way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I've loved it. Like the two people I trained under, Valerie Hicks and then Kane Christensen, like Valerie taught me to be a pro brewer and not just, I went into it being like, I know I homebrew. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Act like I don't know anything. Retrain me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want those bad habits of homebrewing. So she trained me how to be like a professional home brewer and like balance beer and like, following Ryan's Kabad and all these things. And then working with Kane, he came from Pizza Port and he's a hophead just like me. So we both fell in love with each other right away and just like pushed each other of like, yes, make the great, like be meticulous on how you're doing things, but also let's shoot for the stars and be as hoppy and whatever we want to do. And let's follow all these breweries we love that are IPA focused. So it's been great. And then even here with Brian Brewer, same thing.
What a name.
Yeah, I know. I'm so jealous.
Yeah. Well, it's like John Porter. It's
I don't exactly. For Brian Brewer, I'm like, dude, we need like some sort of Hop Saint like jersey.
Yeah.
Whether it's a baseball jersey or whatever that just says Brewer because of his last name.
Yeah.
And then their like whatever number. But no, he's the same thing. He's just been I have had the fortunate luck of working under very supportive, forward-thinking, and just like great souls of people. I guess is a good way. Like I haven't had to work. I've heard from other people of like, he's a great guy, but he's kind of an asshole kind of thing. I hadn't had to deal with that myself. I've just worked under great people and learned from them, and it's made my life easier and easier to just be like, yeah, I am gonna make a beer that I want. And then push me to get to here with Hop Saint of I want to help you guys get to where you want.
Yeah,
We're both trying to do the same thing.
exactly. I mean, I know I've already asked you like about what the craft beer community means to you, but I feel like we've touched on it, but it's just so fucking awesome. Like, and I'm sure people like to come on, Mike, you're like going over this shit again, but it's the truth for me. It's like, how does that how great is this industry?
Dude, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It, like you said earlier, there are obviously bad apples here and there, but for the most part, brewer wise, like everyone's just open and just wants good beer. And then even if they're not a brewer, just everyone in the beer industry, we all just want good beer. We all just want to have a good time. We all visit. So everyone's usually like hooking each other up.
Yeah, of
When you're
course.
at a place, like,
Yeah.
when I used to beer tend, I used to enjoy and people would show up and visit and drop off their beer because then I get to try it, whether I've been to the tap room or not.
Yeah.
So it's a very collaborative and like open community, and gets better every day. I do enjoy too nowadays that we're pushing for like people of color, and like
Yeah.
it is a mostly white dominated industry, but then getting us all out here to do everything and learn and push the industry too. It's been great. I've learned from a lot of people.
That's great, man. I mean, and are you part of the Episodos or no?
No, I'm not part of it, but
Okay.
I do enjoy them, but I'm not part of it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, no, I was just curious because they have a meeting on Friday. I'm going to go there and hang out with them
I know. I heard about your last or recent podcast.
Okay, yeah.
I think they're on there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited to and thanks for listening. I appreciate
Yeah, no,
it.
I definitely do. Definitely do.
One thing I would love to ask too is if you could like collaborate with any brewery in the world. It could be international. It could be here in the States. Where would you want to? Who would you want to collaborate with? Sorry, I put you on the spot. I always try to throw one in there, like a little zinger.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that one. Like ever. It's like
I know there's a ton.
There's a ton of names I can say right now.
Yeah.
But pridefully, I don't want to say them because I'm validated the day we're gonna work together and make a beer.
Yeah.
So it should hopefully happen soon. I feel like a cheat one is Russian River.
Yeah,
Vinny.
that'd be great.
Who was that? Like Garrett Wilson, because he's done a big thing for beer. No, it's probably Russian River.
Okay,
It's Russian River.
yeah,
just because.
yeah,
Dude, it's
Russian
Pliny.
River. Yeah,
It's Pliny.
of course.
And I respect them too because it's been Pliny, but they've also like always kept up with
Evolved.
the times and
Yeah.
updated. So it's not like
It's not the same beer it was 10 years ago.
yeah,
15
exactly.
years
They
ago.
haven't rested on their laurels, which I feel like happens. I
Yeah.
get it for places of like this sells, we gotta do it.
Yeah,
But they're also like this sells, we gotta do it, but also like continue to modernize and keep up with the times. And
yeah.
I appreciate that. And I think
It's that brewer's mentality where it's never good enough.
yeah.
Like you won a gold before, you won a silver before, but I bet you anything the next time around you'll be like, all right, what do I got to do better next year to make it try to get it there again?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me here, like competitively wise, I'm gonna try to win again here at Hop Saint. Hopefully.
100%, man.
It's a lot of competition out there.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure trademark winning, I'm sure not pissed off, but like made people go like, what? How did they win?
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be a good competition next time.
Oh,
World
yeah.
Beer Cup or Great American Beer Festival comes around.
Exactly. And World Beer Cup's in Indiana this year.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yes, it is.
I want to go so bad, but I'm like, all right, I have some vacations planned. So I'm like, I don't know if I could pull that off. But I mean, Denver's a lot closer, so maybe I could just wait till GABF.
If you're gonna pick one, granted, I've never been to Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Denver was great. This is my first year too.
Okay.
Dude, 2024, legit best year. Not of my life, but
That's great, man.
it was my first time going to World Beer Cup. We won a bronze
Awesome.
for our coffee cream ale. Went to GABF, won a silver and a gold for West Coast IPA.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, it was funny, like talking to Kane. I was so proud for Kane because he's been in this industry for like a decade. And he finally gets his validation of winning on his own. And just him joking of like, how the hell do you get a win? Like,
Yeah.
you just, granted, I mean, it's been 3 years, but like, there's people that have been in this industry for a long time. And they're all
Yeah.
chasing the same dream. it's been crazy. It's incredible.
It's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
So cool. Like, oh man, like I mean, I'm sure it's hard to put into words, like just because of that validation. Like, not to say that you feel like you need it, but like when it happens, you're like, I made the right choice in life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You don't need it, but it feels so good when that happens.
Yeah, when you do get
it feels so good. I don't care what anyone says. Like, I've said it too. Like, I don't make beer to win awards, but like, yeah I do.
Yeah.
I want to hear like. And for me, it's not even, I guess, the awards. I would be more of, I just want my colleagues and people around to be like, oh, you got to go to wherever I'm at. So you got to go to Hop Saint because they make the best West Coast and their lagers are fire. Like, you got to try it.
Yeah.
That would make me happy.
And he's absolutely correct about that.
Thank you. But winning awards is validating. It's a hard thing to do. So it feels good when it happens.
Yeah. It's nice hearing people like give you good feedback and stuff like that too.
Yep.
Because I mean, there's some people out there that are just kind of like, like, oh, they'll just tell you stuff, but when you get that, it's like, oh, it actually is fucking great.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
And then that's why, like, it was double DDH Codebreaker is what won. So we went over the top on it, and just letting us let loose and do it and try to keep up with the big boys. I'm doing air quotes. No one can see me. But doing all that, trying to keep up with the Joneses, and then knowing that, like, I remember we made it and we went over the top. It was a beer that I'm sure Trademark made no profit on. But when we made it, Kane and I were both like,
you say, was that the coffee cream ale?
No, this is Codebreaker. DDH Codebreaker.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because, it was what we won for was double dry hop Codebreaker.
Yeah.
And then I remember the canning day. It was a horrible day. I think our canning line guy cut his hand.
Oh, shit.
Kane took over. It was a brew day. So then I took over. I was on the brew. And I remember just trying it, though. And we're both like, I think we made a beer that we both love. Like, one of those beers.
Yeah. It's a beer you want to take into bed with you.
Yeah. And then but the hard part, too, is like half of it's for competition. Half of it's like a packaging competition, too. Because you can make the best beer. If they don't package it right, it's not going to taste right when they taste it. 'Cause it's not like they taste it right away.
Yeah.
But we did it, and it was crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's awesome, bro. For Hop Saint, what would you like if they're like, well, for the listeners, like if they were coming down to the brewery and you said, you can only try this one. Obviously, like I've had a couple and they're really great, but if you can only try this one, what would be like, maybe like the beer that, like the signature beer that best represents
Hop Saint?
Yeah.
It's actually the next beer I was going to pour for us.
Okay.
It's Pure Intention. That's our New Zealand IPA.
Oh yeah, here we go. I'm doing the thing like the making it rain, but like take my money kind of thing.
It's our pale ale that has won us the biggest awards here. But even on top of that, this is why I'm happy I'm here. They've also allowed me to like slowly modernize it.
It's great, man.
Because they've won awards for it, but it's only been a couple years, and I think we can win again for this beer because it's good. That'll be the next one I pour us.
It's about growing, brother.
Yep. And that's why all I can say is good things about Hop Saint, because they're like, actually, I think you're right. We can modernize this. Like, what do you want to do? And it's just small tweaks, right? It's not like I'm trying to change the entire beer.
Yeah.
And we're doing this like slowly moderate. Like, I think we can make this more modern and more hop forward and try to compete in that same category, because it's still a great beer. It's just, trying to be up there with everyone else.
Yeah,
what they're doing.
It's like Pokemon. You got to evolve, brother.
Exactly. We're going to turn into Raichu. What's the next one? Pikachu?
Oh, dang. Before we finish up, I mean, I actually have a lot more to ask you, but before we do that, do you want to grab another one?
Yeah.
All right,
let's pause.
And we're back. This is beer number 3.
Beer number 3.
Cheers. Which one's this one?
So this is Pure Intention. This is the bread and butter of this place.
Fuck yeah. Holy shit.
This is a pale ale, 5.7%. It is Mosaic Cryo, and Eldorado.
Okay.
And they've won Oh man, offhand, I'm trying to remember now. They've won multiple awards at GABF and World Beer Cup for this beer. So this is
Love it.
what made. I think they won like their first year they opened for this beer.
Oh fuck.
So that's why for
badass.
me coming in too, like for them to let me kind of tinker with this beer, I was like, oh, you guys trust me that much? Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's awesome, man.
So yeah, it shows a lot from them and that they trust me from what I've done, which is cool.
When you said El Dorado, the first thing I thought I was gonna like almost sang it out loud was like the Desperado song by from the Eagles. Like I was gonna say El Dorado, but I can't sing to save my life.
Like the movie, was the movie El Dorado?
The cartoon one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, I think it was DreamWorks.
Yeah, I think it was DreamWorks. But speaking of cartoons, so we've talked a little bit about it, and you're a Disney head like I am.
I'm a Disney adult, self-admitted.
Yeah,
I know I am.
It's all right though. So I mean, are you a pass holder? I'm assuming.
I am a pass holder now. I try to go whenever I can. Dude, growing up, before beer, before like going into like college and stuff, I wanted to be an animator for Disney. That's what I wanted.
Oh man, that's cool.
So that's also why I'm a Disney head, I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously didn't follow through.
Yeah.
Which was also because there was a point like I kind of lost the passion for it in high school-ish. I was doing it just because I was good at artwork. I was in college and just saw like my colleagues and just being like, oh, you guys have like real passions for this.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to lose out to you guys. So I'm going to stop doing like, why am I going to be a mediocre animator when you guys are so passionate and good at this? And which is good because now it led me to here.
Yeah.
But I love Disney just as fucked as like, it's cheesy, but when it's good, it's good.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Going to Disneyland, I love California Adventure because they have beer too.
Oh,
and
of course,
drinks.
yeah.
But Disneyland itself is one of the few places in life. It sounds so bad for me, but I can go completely sober and just enjoy life.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's so nice. And just people watch.
Oh yeah.
And just,
I get it, dude. Like I was a pass holder from 2017 to just until COVID happened, or like when like everything shut down.
Yeah.
Dude, I would go like, because if you go on the website, it'll tell you how many times you went in the park.
Yep.
The first year I went 87 times or 86 times. Second year I went like 93 times.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't even have to look.
Yeah, it was because it was like, fuck, I was like, I'm already paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
I had like the second to highest one it was or whatever.
Yeah, and that's what I try to do too.
Yeah.
It's like whenever I can, I try to go. And even the times where I'm like, do I really like push myself to go? Once I'm there, I just love it.
Oh yeah.
It's so good.
What about top 5 rides? It could be DCA or Disney. Because I'm going to go movies after this
Okay.
So.
I've talked about this, and this is a hard question. Very hard.
It's a tough question, yeah. Because there's nostalgia in there too, but then there's also the fun aspect too. Yeah.
Okay, so I think if I just take everything just at face value, what is it? Rise of the Resistance is number 1 to me.
Still haven't been on it, bro.
What?
I know.
Wait.
And I have Luke's lightsaber tatted on my arm, and I still haven't been on it.
How have you never been on that ride?
Yeah, I know. Every time I've gone, it's like
when's the last time you had a pass? When's the last time you were at Disneyland?
Oh, the last time I was at Disneyland was in October. But I usually go like once a year. Now
you didn't get like a fast pass?
No, because I was with a big group, so we were just kind of like going to where like the rides were. Well, we actually hit a lot of rides, but yeah, we didn't hit that one.
So Rise Against the Resistance wins for me because and this is what I always give Disney, and it's trying to implement into life of the like production value and everything, right? Of like you go online, the line's nice, and then I always never know where the line technically ends and when the ride starts because they have this whole like immersive experience
kind of
system, the queue. Yeah. But like you're watching something, you go into this next room, you feel like you're flying or doing something, and then you got to go to the next room, and it's just like, what is happening? Then you get on the actual ride, which is also incredible. So Rise of Resistance, how have you not been on that ride?
I know you. Yeah, I know.
Go back, get on that ride.
Yeah,
you won't.
I am going for my birthday,
okay,
which is next month.
Make sure you go on. I mean, granted, I will say sometimes that wait time is long.
Yeah.
But if you follow it on the app, you can find times where you're like,
okay,
it's 30 minutes. Go. Let's go now.
Yeah.
That ride's incredible. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway.
I
Been
actually
on that?
just went on that for the first time in October. It was actually really cool. It was really fun.
Oh my gosh. It's so much fun, right?
Yeah.
You got the little
I was kind of like, I was pleasantly surprised.
because the first, I don't know about you. You said you just went on?
Yeah, I just went on.
My first time going in, it's like, the movie screen.
Yeah.
It happens. And
You're
he's like, can you help him get in? Or just like
what's going on right now?
What is happening? Like,
that's what I thought. Yeah.
This is cheesy. Let's walk in.
Yeah.
If you like that ride, you'll like Rise.
Okay. All right. I'm in.
Because it's that like times 100 to me.
All right.
I honestly want to put Mickey and Minnie as my number one, but because it always puts me in a good mood.
That's
that
cool,
ride,
man.
like,
I mean, and that's what like Disneyland's supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're supposed to just go and be able to. For me, it was like pin hunting. It was like going on rides, eating the biggest fucking corn dog I can get. Maybe double fist.
Yeah.
Maybe double fist, a couple wiener. I mean, it's corn dogs. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah, you're just double fisting some wieners.
Yeah, that's all. I mean,
everyone wants a double fist wieners.
Who doesn't? Yeah, who doesn't like corn dogs? If you don't like corn dogs, we're not friends, man.
It's true. It's true. If we're talking about like older rides, I love Space Mountain. Growing up, that was always my favorite ride.
Okay.
And then, I'm trying to think about besides that. The one thing I do a lot is and this goes back low key to me being like trying to be an animator. The academy, the drawing academy in DCA.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Dude, I try to do that every time I go. Just drawing a character.
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, that's when you go into like where they have all the seats and they show you how to do it, right?
Yeah,
super
and then like
cool,
step by step, draw a circle, draw this, draw that. It's also hilarious seeing people like next to me that are so bad.
Oh yeah.
And they'll be like,
I would have been that guy.
This is so good. I'm like, it's not that good, but thank you.
I would have been that guy. You would have been like, you're a piece of shit.
For real. Oh my gosh. And then in DCA, I'm trying to think like the Cars is like my favorite.
Cars is cool. I love Cars. I mean,
and then because it has like single rider, I go on it all the time.
Okay.
Which, I mean, if you're just trying to single ride and go faster, single rider is the way to go.
Yeah.
Because it only fits 6 people and it's like 3 and 3. So usually it's like 2 and 2 or whatever. And then they fill in. It's quick. Usually. For sure. Yeah. And then you're getting on Disney. Matterhorn?
It's a classic. Yeah. The only thing, Matterhorn, it fucks up my knees because
it fucks up my back and my knees.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
You're like flinging you back and forth, and it's like, what the?
It's so much
fun,
but it hurt. I saw some dude. He had to have been like 6'8" or above. He was tall.
I'm like, just seeing
this
ride?
Dude like having to fit. His knees were way up, like above his head.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I mean,
they're probably bouncing backwards, hitting him in the face on that ride.
It's true.
It's like, don't do that. It's like seeing like
it's a classic ride, and it's a great ride.
Honestly, it's like seeing a really old dude get on the Matterhorn. I'm like, dude, like, don't do it. If I could warn you, just don't do it. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Which, if anyone's actually listening to this, the single rider, if you can, you can't always get what you want.
Yeah.
If you can go to the left side, the far left side is way better than the right side.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just, from experience, if I go to the closest right side, I'm waiting there for forever to get my like single rider.
Nice.
But if you go to the left side, it's pretty quick.
Okay.
It'll be like an hour-long wait, and then I do it, and it's like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Hey, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, I'll take it. The other side sucks, because then you're just there. I don't know why it takes longer.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's someone out there who knows, but it takes forever.
A couple rides one that I will always love, and people always give me shit about it, is Mr. Toad.
Oh, dude, that's a classic.
Yeah, I mean,
who gives you shit?
No. I mean, I've had some friends. I mean, not going to say my friend Amanda. I've known her for I've literally known her since first grade. She just got married just past October. Sweetheart. But she loves like the Little Mermaid ride. I'm like, what the fuck? I would only go on that during the summer because it was AC in there. Cool off. That ride sucks. I'm sorry, anybody that loves Little Mermaid. This ride sucks. Movie sucks.
Wait, movie sucks?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god! Like, what?
Yeah, I just probably lost a bunch of listeners by saying that. It was a joke. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. I'll let you decide. But Mr. Toad, Haunted Mansion, like that ride. That ride will always be like so like nostalgic for me, and like Pirates. like is another one.
Real quick. So
Yeah.
you love Haunted Mansion, but you hate Little Mermaid? It's kind of the same ride. Like they have the same like.
Yeah, they just
Thing
ripped
going.
off. They just ripped it off.
So that's
The
why
Little
you hate
Mermaid.
it? And you're like,
No, honestly, I feel like it just
this ain't the original.
Yeah.
I know the original.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the original cartoon when the priest was walking down and he had it's not the same movie.
He had a little blue pill before he walked down.
Yeah, he saw Ariel and was like, "Hey-o." I'm just kidding. No, it's not that I don't like that ride. It's just I don't know. It's just that movie never really. The movies that I loved as a kid were like Oliver and Company, The Great Mouse Detective,
Great movie.
The Black Cauldron, which I feel like is starting to get popular now.
I feel like it's coming back. It did.
Yeah.
It bombed when it came out.
And I was like, don't be trying to fucking pretend like you like my shit now. Like, don't fucking come back and be like, oh, we watched this movie 20 years later and it's great. Like, fuck off. I'm sorry. But like another one, Treasure Planet. Another one that bombed.
My God, I love Treasure Planet.
It is a fan-fucking-tastic
It's so
movie.
good. And it's like true to the book, dude.
It's great.
Just updated to the future.
Yeah. You know the one shop that you go into as soon as you like about just before you get to Main Street, like the art shop?
Yeah.
They had Jim Hawkins.
Really?
On the thing. I was like, put it in my cart. No, not in my cart, but just like, here, just take it over here, pay for it, and then I'll buy a frame for
That's
it.
sick.
Yeah, and now it's in my closet. So as soon as I walk in, I open my door, Jim's right there on his thing.
Treasure Planet.
It's a banger.
That is like a good. No one's gonna say that for favorite Disney movie.
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic movie, but like because it bombed, because it came out like 2 months before Lilo and Stitch, and they did no promotion for it.
Oh my gosh, you're right on.
Yeah, but other than the video from the Goo Goo Dolls that they did for the movie,
dude. Which for me, oh my gosh, thinking about this,
that song's a banger.
I remember my dad took me to El Capitan. Have you ever been out there in Hollywood? Mm-hmm. It's the Disney theater. We went there for Treasure Planet, which then that was before I think Jimmy Kimmel started. So they used to use next door as like they'd have an experience.
Okay.
Which was fun. Like they had
Yeah.
little air hockey, which was like a light thing and like virtual thing and like different stuff. They had like little guns to play virtual tag. And I remember as a little kid, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the most amazing thing ever. I didn't know life could be this good.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Do you remember as a kid when Disney had an arcade right next to the Space Mountain?
No.
Yeah, so like
Did they?
Where you would go into like, so the entrance to Space Mountain was this way, but if you went the other way to go to like the bathroom where you would come out of Space Mountain, there was a whole arcade there. And then you would also go, if you went further back, it was where they'd have like Captain EO and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So as a kid, me and my buddies would go to the arcade and we would like play in the arcade because it was like, you're at Disneyland, do your thing. But, but we'd also sneak in booze.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Back then, they didn't really, check water bottles and stuff like that. So.
Have you ever snuck in any alcohol into Disney? Because I've always been like, is that
countless times?
Is it
even
easy?
As recent as?
Is it easy? Because I've thought about it. Because it does seem easy, but I'm also like,
oh yeah, even
I don't want to lose my pass over one time. I'm sneaking in.
As recent as when I had my pass.
Okay.
Like, so back in the last time was probably 2019, just before COVID hit, because I still had my pass then. I would take in just a bottle of water, and it'd have vodka in it. And I'd go directly to the first spot with a lemonade stand. And I'm like, and I would even like make a joke as I was walking by. I was like, oh, it's too sweet. I need to water it down. like anybody's paying attention to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would do. One of the times, like the first day I got my pass, I was like, I got a Christmas bonus at work. So I went and got my pass, went to DCA. I was already hammered at that point. That was at night. And then we went on the swinging Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
I was like, this was a mistake.
I was going to say.
Yeah. Because then it stopped at one point, and I was just like, oh no. Yeah.
Focus.
Yeah. I was like, just don't puke inside the thing.
Yeah. That's funny. That's great.
Oh man.
No, but I love Disneyland.
Oh, it's great, man. You can just not have to worry about shit. You can just go in there. Like, yeah, you probably need some money to go in there, but still.
Yeah, and they take so much money from me. It's probably bad, but I enjoy it.
Pins though, man. Fun. Were you ever a pin guy?
Pin?
Yeah.
Yeah, in DCA?
Oh, any pins, yeah.
Oh, pins. Sorry.
Yeah.
They're saying Pin Kitchen. Pins.
Oh, Pim. Oh, yes.
Pim, P-Y-M.
I hit the mic.
Yeah. It's all good. Pins. I have some pins that I just put on my, like, whatever hats I'm wearing. I'm a big sneaker and hat guy.
Yeah.
Way too many. So, like, when I go to Disneyland, I'll wear whatever hat and just put it on my
A couple pins on there?
Yeah.
Love that.
But besides that, nah.
Oh, dude, if I would have known okay. Next time I see you, I'm going to bring you a pin. I'll bring you, because I have a whole pin board in my room.
You have pin, you did it.
Yeah.
Like the pin thing?
Yeah, I made a whole like board. Like I bought a piece of canvas, stretched it and put it on the thing and then put pins on it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'll bring you a pin.
I like it.
Yeah. Favorite movies though? People are like, these motherfuckers are talking Disney for 20 minutes.
I know. We're here for beer. But if anyone knows me from Trademark or from Hop Saint, I play Disney music whenever I can.
Okay.
It makes me happy. As I'm brewing. It's either Disney music or score music. I just search on not Instagram, Spotify, like Disney music, and then if I'm rating songs, I think it's, for me, Lion King, Moana, and Mulan.
Okay.
I think are elite. That's off the rip. I could be wrong and not thinking.
Yeah.
Favorite movies?
You just pull out your big ass scroll.
Yeah, I know it's hard. Okay. I will give Lion King is my number one.
It's a banger. Did you like the live action one?
It's all right.
Yeah, I mean,
They kind of just made Lion King again, which I don't blame them. Like the same,
but I mean, just let them show a little of emotion.
Yeah, they're
they're just like, what the fuck ever.
You
like,
can't
oh, my
tell what
dad,
they're doing?
My dad's dead, and he's like, and he looks exactly the same.
You're right. And the Mufasa's coming out, I think,
yeah,
soon.
And now they're trying to make Scar like a fucking baby.
Yeah,
like, I was gonna say a baby face, like in wrestling. Like they're trying to make Scar like the good guy in the whole thing.
I haven't seen it yet. It seems like it, but I don't know. Lion King will probably be my number one.
Okay.
As far as like growing up, I'm biased because that's my first memory too, like Disney wise movie.
Okay.
But I think it is elite.
That's a great movie.
It's a lot of drama and fun.
Huh.
Besides that, it's probably Emperor's New Groove.
That movie is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It's no one.
My sister.
I mean, if you like Disney, you know about it. But
my sister quotes Cusco and all that shit all the time.
So good.
That's fantastic.
It's that movie is the Goofy movie.
Oh yeah, fucking Powerline. If that's one song you're gonna play while you're brewing, that's dude. The one.
I have, dude.
I can't sing, so
I wear like these like douchey safety glasses, and then every once in a while I'll put it on, especially collabs. I'll put on that music as I put it on because I want them to know, like, they don't know the song or anything, but I'm wearing some douchey sunglasses, and yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Because the Powerline.
Love it.
And then besides that, like, Pixar wise.
Oh, Pixar's tough. Oh,
that's hard.
I know my number one, but
I think my number one, and this is just in the moment, and this is also biased because I have so many memories as a kid, is Monsters Inc.
Oh, dude, it's one of my go to sleep movies.
Yeah, easily. It is so good. My number two is Coco, because Coco's
fantastic.
I love both of those. I don't know which one's better, and they both have like such a good world city built around it. Soul, I love Soul. I can just keep going on.
Really good. It's underrated. I remember the first time I saw it, I was flying back from Kansas City, and I was like, "Oh, I had Disney Plus had came out," so I was like, "I'm gonna download the movie and I'll watch it on the way over," and it was fantastic.
Soul is actually, if you're looking for an inspiration of life,
it's Onward for me.
Onward is such a
dude, because it reminds me of my brother Jake and like me just trying to be there for him or like, to help him throughout his life and stuff like that. And that's what, that movie, I saw it in theaters and that was right before everything shut down. Dude, I bawled like a fucking baby in that theater. I was like, but I was trying to hold it back or whatever, but I couldn't do it.
No, you don't understand. I totally get you.
Yeah.
My dad passed away in 2020.
Oh, fuck.
So, like, with my siblings, we went and watched Onward. And it's about their dad.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my gosh. Just like, it was...
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah. And it's crazy, though, because as much as it is about trying to bring the dad back, it's also...
The
like
brothers.
whether the brothers, but also just appreciating the people you have around you.
Yeah, exactly.
And
No, I can go on about this stuff.
Oh yeah, so can I. We might have to do an episode. We might have to do a part 2.
Exactly. Which it's hilarious too, because I know people that like, I get it, hating on Disney, but it's also a lot of times like, dude, it's just a good story, and that's why they do well.
Yeah. And
like, if you break down whatever movie you like to its like essence, there's usually a reason why you like it or not like it.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's so many movies out there. It's like a lot of times it's a rehashing of something that you saw that maybe was around 50 years ago.
Yeah.
But still, it's the way you tell it.
Yep.
That's why.
Yeah, we get in the Disney thing because I can go on forever.
Oh no, it's all good.
We're talking about the movies and then going to Disneyland. I can go on forever.
Yeah, no, but honestly, man, like I've been thinking about getting a pass, so we'll end it on that. I'm thinking about getting a pass. When I do, we're going. We'll have some beers.
I love it. Let's do it. And then I will just say on my side, I think leaving Trademark, I had this conversation with Kane being like, dude, it also makes sense being a brewer. Like, because I was trying to be an animator at one point, right? I was trying to do it. It kind of, the correlations between being a brewer and an animator, whereas there's usually the top brewer, animator, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And then they have the people under them that are like, they draw the main... Here's where it starts. Here's where it ends, and then you have the people in the middle
that do the shading and do other
do
stuff
all
like
the
that.
drawings in the middle. It's a lot of work.
Oh, for
animation is not easy.
Yeah,
and I like in my mind thinking about it, I was like, dude, I think that's why I also liked brewing because it's a lot of creativity, but also as you like do it over and over again, you could get bored of it if it's the same, but also it makes you better because you're just like. This perfect circle, it's so hard to make a perfect circle.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do whatever you're doing. But if you just keep doing it and you're helping other people and whatnot, they're helping you. And then, you get to the same final product.
Yeah. Did we just become best friends?
Yes, we did. Yes. Yes, we did.
I'm going to bring you a fucking pin. I'll figure out what you might like and then I'll bring it over.
Yeah, that'll be easy. It could be anything. I don't care. I love
Disney. But see, I only get the ones that I like. From the stuff that I truly love, or like the anniversaries of one stuff that I like. But I'm gonna keep going, so I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, let's keep going. Everyone's like, I already tuned out. Yeah. It's Disney.
What the fuck?
I hear for beer.
The good thing is, like, I always put the chapter markers in so they can skip ahead if they need to.
There they go.
Okay, desert island beers. So you can pick one craft, one domestic. Go.
All right. Do you care which one's first?
Oh yeah, okay. Whatever you want.
If I'm going, it's not domestic. Pacifico, does that count?
Yeah, I mean, I would still count that as domestic, really.
Pacifico, whatever you want to say. That is my favorite, like, Mexican lager, like, easy drinking. If I go to a
better
random...
than Corona, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, if I'm at a random-ass bar... Anywhere, doesn't matter where, and I see the like Pacifico tab handle, I'm gonna order that because usually it's Modelo, just because it's easy and I know with the lime,
you know what you're gonna get
exactly. And then I see Pacifico, which I don't care if they give me the lime, it's awesome.
It doesn't need it.
It's awesome. That's why I love it.
Yeah,
I would do that. That is my like, easy drinking. And I'm a big football guy, so on Sundays, I'm watching football for like. I don't even know how long that is. 8-10 hours all day.
I didn't want to say this, but how did it feel when my Packers just kind of...
You're going to bring that up?
I'm a Packer
fan. You never mentioned this before. I would have never done this podcast, especially today, if I knew you were a Packer fan. Wait, for real?
Yeah. Wow. Hey, but sorry, you guys got us with the Fail Mary, so it's fine. What those what do they call them? The refs, the scabs. Oh, now he's just looking at me. He's not saying
it's intense eyes. No one can see this, but I'm giving him intense eyes.
Yeah. No, I'm just joshing you, man.
You know, the Seahawks. I love the Seahawks. And they still have a chance. It's fine.
Oh, no, it's not done yet.
Yeah, I don't know. But they got their ass kicked yesterday. They got kicked, but it was bad.
It's okay. And honestly, but when Gino was in there, he was good. It was just when the other guy came in.
He threw an interception in the red zone, and then you guys kept going. Yeah. Sam, we got the...
is it Sam Howell?
Sam Howell.
There you go.
I loved it, too. There are some Seahawk fans who are like, give Sam Howell a chance. And then,
they're like,
whatever
don't give Sam Howell a chance.
Like, no, because, no.
We fucked up.
It was so bad.
No, I'm just joshing you.
What were we saying before that?
The Desert Island beer, so you had your Pacifico and then...
Fuck you, Packer fan! You know what sucks yesterday, too? In fantasy football, not just to bring that up, but like, I lost thinking I won, and then last second, Keenan Allen gets a touchdown and beats me. It's rough. Rough out here, bro.
Oh,
rough.
Do you want to hear a really bad fantasy football story?
Yeah.
So, I actually came out on top on this story, but my buddy Ivan, my best friend, I've known him for 26 years, I think. This is back when like Matt Leinart was still in the league. So this is like 2007-ish, I think.
Yeah.
We were playing the game. Like, so we were playing fantasy football. And he started, who the fuck is, somebody's calling me. He started Rex Grossman, and it was the Cardinals against the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
And he started the game. All he had, like, his quarterback, he was already beating me. And I had nobody going in that game. But Rex Grossman, he was his starting quarterback. So instead of pulling the quarterback and just winning the game, he let him start. He had 3 fumbles and 2 interceptions and threw no touchdowns. And he had negative points. And I beat him. Yeah. I still bring that story up to him. That's why now if he's up in a game, he will just pull, like, and he has a Monday night game, he'll pull that guy just because of that.
It's a win.
So I remember calling him that night. That was back before, like, I mean, I had a cell phone, but I had freaking ended up just like calling him on a landline. I'm like, hey, bro. He's like, what's up? I was like, did you see the score of the game? He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, but I beat you, though. I was like, check again. And he fucking lost.
Oh, my God.
I beat him by like 1 point because he had Rex Grossman's all of his turnovers.
Dude, last night I was here with some friends from Farfield, and we're here trying our beer and, eating, hanging out. I loved it because I was trying not to pay attention to the game.
Yeah.
It was happening. Someone mentions it at one point, so I look and I'm like, oh, I'm up. I'm in the app said I was like 70% going to win.
Yeah.
Put it away. Look, like we're drinking beer, eating, we're enjoying because Hop Saint has great beer and great food.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, oh, Keenan Allen just got a touch. And I was like, wait, who?
Yeah.
From the Bears? And they're like, Keenan Allen. I was like, oh, no, I know I'm against him. And then I look, I lost by 0.4.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Worst.
Yeah.
Worst. I love fantasy football. It makes me so happy, but so bad so many times. But I do it every year.
Oh, same. I do it. This is the first year I didn't do it because I've been so busy. I was like, all right, I'm going to lay off. But we talked about how good the food is here at Hop Saint.
Mm-hmm.
Off of 190th and Anza in Torrance.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite beer to have? Well, what's your favorite food to have here? And what's your favorite beer to pair with that?
Oh, damn, man. I didn't know you were going to give me these questions.
Sorry.
That's a good question. I typically lean towards whatever the special day is. Like today is a pastrami sandwich, which is bomb.
Okay.
On certain days, I have like the carnitas tacos. There's bomb. They're very barbecue focused here at Hop Saint, and they like start smoking their meats every day at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So everything's good. For me, personally, I just usually circle I try to say a lot of stuff in like their salads just because, dude, I eat these like,
yeah.
When I get the brisket, it's amazing. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I don't want to do anything the rest of the shift.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
So it's this balance. Yeah. It is great. Yes, if you come here, get our barbecue. It's awesome. The killer shrimp here is awesome. All of it. The burnt end chili I know people love and I love. But for me personally, working every day, I'm usually getting like the steak salad just because like it gives me enough of protein to finish my shift and then greens to just feel good, you know?
Yeah.
But everything here is good. Everything here is farm to table. There is nothing here that is bad that I've had personally. Yeah, just come try us.
Danny, man, like I wanted to get into like because I know we talked a little bit about sports because of my Packers and stuff, but no, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm fucking with you. Well, man, this has been so fun.
Yeah, thank you for coming out.
No, I'm honestly super grateful. I mean, I'm glad that we got to because I had followed you for a long time, but then when I saw you there, I was like, all right, well, here's my chance. I'm gonna get him.
Which once you said it was Creature Comforts, I do remember you mentioned it. I was like, yeah. Dude, of course I want to, because I had been following you too.
Yeah.
So I think you do a great job, and I was like, oh, you want me on your podcast, little old me? Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I love it, man, and like you've been great, and honestly, it's been almost an hour and a half, and it doesn't feel like that. We've just been hanging out and having a beer.
Yep.
And having multiple beers, and I'm super grateful for people like for people like you that are willing to let me come down and be able to do this. And honestly, more than anything, just be able to hear your story.
Yeah.
And I want to start a new thing where it's like the Taproom Podcast, pour your story.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I feel like that's pretty, like that'll maybe catch on. Who knows? I honestly feel like half the time I feel like I post something like this is going to be the best reel of all time. And then I
don't know how you deal with Instagram.
It just tanks.
If you look at my Instagram, I think I only have like 3 posts. I'm so bad at Instagram. So
it's all good.
The only thing I'm good at is reposting when people do like anything connected.
You better be ready in a couple weeks.
Do it.
No,
I'll make sure I repost us.
No, I'm just joshing you, man. But for sure, yeah. And this will be out in a couple. Well, I'm not gonna say it on here, but like, because it'll be out in a couple weeks. But man, thank you. I'm doing the praying hands. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah. Thanks again, Danny. Make sure everybody come down to Hop Saint. I had 3 beers, all fantastic. And if you can come down, and they have great food, obviously, I might try a little bit, but off of 190th and Anza in Torrance, come down, try the food, try the beer, and don't forget to find your beer that makes you want to get into.
Can I just slowly take over a little bit? Also, Hop Saint, we're hoping in January. It's looking like January. We're opening a second tap room.
Love it.
Also in Torrance. It'll be on Delamo and Western, right by.
So that's right by Hermosa.
Yeah, it'll be right by Hermosa, Monkish, and Smog City. So it'll be cool because there'll be 4 breweries all within walking distance.
Yeah.
Will be one of them. That one will be strictly a tap room. So not a restaurant like here, but I'm also excited just because it's a tap room.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a different vibe than here.
You can hit 4 breweries in one day.
Yes, exactly.
And just go and support small business, support local, drink local, and find your fucking beer.
Yeah, and we'll say I'm trying to take over the West Coast over there. So
yeah,
come try our beer. Hop Saint.
Snap.
Whoop.
And we're going to end right there. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
My name's Taylor. I've been here for a year, and currently my favorite beer is the Fresh Hop IPA.
Hi, my name's Eric G. Been here for 9 years. My favorite beer right now is going to be Ain't That a Ditch.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, Danny's such a good dude, and it was super fun. I mean, by the end of it, like I said, we were talking about Disney. It felt like forever. But it was fun. And you know me, like I want to get to know, obviously there's that brewing side and, but you also want to get to know the person and what they're into and be able to talk about that stuff. And especially if it's something that I'm into as well. Like we can kind of, shoot the shit over that. So that's what this show's all about. All right. Well, what do we got coming up? So next week is episode 100. If anybody is listening and they want to do a bonus beer review, it's real easy. All you have to do is just go ahead and record the audio. Like you just record it on your phone, just, your name or your Instagram handle, whatever. You can have a beer, you rate the beer, and then you can send it over to me and I will tack it on to the end of the episode. And if you want to do that, just shoot me a message on Instagram. I'll send you my email, and then you can email it to me and I will add it onto the episode. But next week, that one was fun. Hannah got to interview me, and we had a good time. It was a really cool episode, and it was fun being able to just kind of talk about that stuff and talk about the questions you guys all asked. So it was cool. What else we got coming up? The week after that is Ambitious Ales. That was a really fun one. Super stoked for that one, for you guys to hear it. And then that was with Garrett. And then let's see here. The next one after that is going to be some recording with Cody Sherwood. He's a brewer. He's actually medal winning brewer at Wichita Brewing. And should definitely go follow on Instagram. It's Cody_Sher_Wood. Just a really good dude. And honestly, the memes he puts out every day and stuff like that are really funny. So go ahead, definitely check that out. And then I'm also going to be recording with the Brew Stilled podcast. And then I will be in Arizona. Oh, then I'm going to be recording on Saturday, the Brew Day episode. Then I'll be in Arizona the following week. I'm going to be recording with the brewery out there. Still working that out. And then the following week, I'm going to be recording 2 episodes on that Saturday, the 25th. I'm going to be with Mike at Unsung. It'll be the 2-year anniversary episode of the show. And then also I'm going to be recording with Bridget and Yvette, the brewers over at Feathered Serpent. So super stoked for that one. Been trying to get Bridget on the show for a while, so super stoked that we're making it happen. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Yvette. But yeah, all right. So that's about all I got. Also, yeah, just a shout out, my brother and Art, Jizzy has his wildrileysupply.com. You can check out his merch. It's really cool. He's got some cool stickers. He's got cool, hoodies and, t-shirts about, the craft beer community. And then also Art, labrewlife.shop. Make sure you go check out his stuff. He's got some new stuff coming out. He posted it on Instagram. Looks pretty badass. So super stoked for him. All right. Well, yeah, that's all I got. So hope you guys have a great week. It should be a good one. I'm excited for the Culture Bowl playoffs on Thursday and Friday. Should be a good time. But all right. Hope you guys have a good week. And don't forget to support local, drink local, and find your beer. Cheers.